We're back with another Master Pikachu Talks on the channel. What's up, guys? My name is Master Pikachu. If you guys wondering why I'm a little bit shy, blah blah blah. Oh, sorry, my virus protection just decided to freaking uh, Jesus Christ. It decided to activate and give me a notification as soon as I record. But anyways, what is up, guys? My Master Pikachu back here once again. More content for you guys here today. We're back here with another Master Pikachu Talks. You guys can tell by the title, we're going to be talking about time. And let me go ahead and charge my phone, because I have recording too after this. But yes, I am back from being a sick boy from the weekend. Thank you guys for all the get wells and stuff. I really appreciate it. Some people came by the stream and told me get well. Stuff like that. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. But anyways, back here with another Master Pikachu Talks. I just want to say thank you guys for all the support on the channel. If you guys have not subscribed today to become a mini Pichu, make sure to leave a like, subscribe down below, so you guys can become a part of the mini Pichu family. And actually, the Master Pichu Army mini Pichu family. I might have to start using that one. And if you guys are wondering why I'm a little bit sidetracked, Pokemon Sun and Moon. I'm playing it. I've been playing a lot of my games a lot more for the last couple of days because like I said to myself, there's a lot of games I haven't finished. Like out of like the stack of these games is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games. I have not finished 7 of these games. So, yeah, it's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I haven't finished a lot of these games, so I'm gonna need to go ahead and finish these games. And there's a lot of games I've been wanting to get to, like there's a couple of Zelda games. I'm getting sidetracked. I'm sorry. Zelda, I'm gonna play Wind Waker and Rayman. I want to play so many games because I love games. I love gaming. There's so many things I want to do, but freaking me in the poo poo, I haven't had time to play them. But it's my schedule is getting bad. I mean, school right now is crazy. I got freaking midterms. I got like 2, 3 tests in every class this week. So, and this is like what, halfway through the semester already. You know, this is what the video is about. The video today, ladies and gentlemen, is about time flies, ladies and gentlemen. And really, the reason I'm going to make this video today, mainly for the main reason of I just realized I've been in school for about a month now, and after this week, it'll been a week and a month. So it's crazy. I feel like I just started school a month ago. I'm not. Boy, you did. Okay, I feel like I just started school a week ago. You know, it still kind of feels fresh, obviously, because it's the first half of the year, obviously, but at the same time, it's very weird. Like, I you know, the reason I'm making this video is not because of school, not because of my YouTube channel, so much I've grown as a person, not because the people not just because of the people I've met, not just because those individual reasons, because all those reasons combined. The reason, time is such a weird concept to me because I'm in history class right now. We're studying Mississippi, and it's very interesting because I never thought of the way history went. So basically, my teacher was like, you know, do you think Mississippi would have been, you know, as big of a slave trade state if it didn't have like the agriculture and the type of land it did, because it had a perfect situation to grow crops. Maybe they would have taken them somewhere else. So I never thought about that before, and like I thought about the little details and the little things that go into life and history to form a bigger, better future. And you know, time is constantly moving. It does not wait for anything or anyone. So time is always moving. Even if you're conscious, even if we die, even if the planet explodes, time is still constantly moving. So like even if we explode, time is still moving. Over time, something else new will form. And because of the situation that we were in when we got exploded, maybe that will affect their situation, so on and so on. So it's very interesting to see time. And it's the same thing like when something dies and rebirths and stuff like that. That affects other things' situation. So time itself and how other things affect each other throughout history and throughout time is very interesting to me because the littlest of details that go into things form our opinions, form what we believe today, form our lives today. And it's very, very interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, Siri, oh my god. Bruh, that scared the living crap out of me. Look at this. Siri is some savage. What the freak? It says very interesting because it has little list of details that going to list for. Bruh, Siri, you. I'm speaking to you right here. You can't hear me, but you can hear me from all the way over there. Bad Siri, bad. The Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, Siri just interrupted the video. What the frick? Siri! What was that? Anyways, I just find it so interesting how time works, how history works. Like, the littlest of details, and the little, like, even an individual person, even though people say, oh, people can't change the world. When you look at it, what would have happened if what's name then signed a paper? How many more years would that one have gone? I was like, oh, okay, true. Somebody eventually else would have signed it, but maybe by that time the world would have got to a point when it already would have changed our future. So maybe one person can't change the future at one time, or maybe they can, but they definitely change it in the future. You see what I'm saying? Because like maybe what if Abraham Lincoln didn't sign the papers to free slaves, so to say. Or maybe this person didn't sign this or didn't agree to this, but they eventually did in the future. Maybe the situation that they were in got so much worse that they were forced to sign it. But by that point in the situation, that situation would have formed a new future because of the details and events that happened because he didn't sign it. And because he didn't sign it, more things happened. And since more things happened, that goes into history that wouldn't have happened if they just signed the paper. So making a whole new history, a whole new different type of world right there. Maybe not a different world, but a different part of the world has been completely changed forever because what that person did. And now these events in history will always be here. And it's interesting. You can never go back and change things unless you have an effing time. Unless you're Rick from Rick and Morty and you can go back to the past and change everything, you can't change things. So history and time itself, I feel like with time and the universe itself, I feel like it's infinite. There's an infinite amount of possibilities because there is an infinite amount of possibilities. The person could have done this, could have done this, something like this could have happened, this could have happened. There's too many equations. There's too many things that could have happened. There's too many things to add up. So at that point, we just got to live our lives. That's good. That's when it gets to a point where you can't think about numbers. You can't think about what this is and what that is. You just have to live life and have to keep moving. So I think that's very interesting because I keep saying I think that's very interesting because it's crazy how the universe is, just how time is in general. You know, there's so many different outcomes and so many different possibilities. And for the people and the scientists that favor those type of possibilities, I know my mom does. She's not a scientist or anything like that, but my mom does all the time. She's like, okay, this might happen. This might happen. Props to those people that do crap like that, because God knows I can. But I can. I'm not gonna say I can't. I always can do something, but I choose not to. And that's also another thing, choosing not to do something. Like, hey, people. And I was also talking about destiny earlier, so I talk to myself all the time. I'm a crazy genius. I was just like, in my head, I was talking about destiny. What is destiny? I looked up the definition of destiny on Google, and basically it was talking about fate or some predetermined event that is controlled by some higher power, or some power or something being predetermined, basically. Like, what is that power? I'm gonna get kind of sidetracked from that. I mean, time, but what is that power? And I thought of it. Humans do have the power to change the future. We're changing the future every day. Because if Donald Trump goes on the news and kills a bunch of white people and stuff, well, black people, or what, I'm not trying to get religious or anything like that, or political. If Donald Trump goes and do something stupid and affects a lot of people, that will be in the history books for the rest of the time. And then we will also go back and look off of that and learn off what we did and what he did. So that's also another thing about time. You have to study time. People say, what is history good for? I ask myself that all the time. I tell my teacher that same thing. But then I question that. I answer my own self. Half the things I question myself, I answer myself. Because I just think, I don't know, God gave me a good brain, I guess. Um, it's interesting because we have to study history so we don't mess up the same way again. Because and also, I'm just gonna history and time kind of go together, so I'm gonna throw this in here. You know, I studied a lot of the ancient civilizations last year when I was in my last grade, and it was very very interesting because a lot of the crap that kept happening, the same thing kept happening, and it's like reading a story. Or it's I'm sorry, I'm Wonder training Pokemon right now. I may get a little bit sidetracked, but I'm still gonna keep going on with my preaching. Alright. What did I get from Wonder Training? Freaking Cubone. Nice. Uh it's very interesting because okay, so in Rome, I think this was in Rome, the gladiators and stuff. See, the economic situation in Rome wasn't good before they had all the parties and stuff. Like they had the tables, they had the political tables and stuff like that. I can't remember the names, constables and stuff like that. Before they had any of that, it was just the higher up and the poor people. So in order to keep the poor people dumb, and this is a thing, the kings. I don't know. This is the thing. And my teacher told me this. We read this in the book. The kings legitimately made gladiators fight each other, blood, guts everywhere, to distract the people from, noticing they our situation is crappy. They're not getting the full fairness. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. That they should be getting as people, and that same thing keeps happening. Even in today's world, you can argue. People do things that, hey, maybe if we do this, maybe if we do that, maybe do this stunt, it will distract people from what the real problem is. Because it's interesting when I hear like a social justice warrior or somebody complain about like memes or something off the internet. Like, bro, we have a lot more complicated, lot more complex problems in the world. More than I'm not trying to say they're doing this on purpose, but I'm just saying we have a lot more complex problems in the world that involve a lot more stuff than memes, like racial problems, like healthcare, jobs, living conditions, poverty, world starvation or whatever. There's a lot more complicated problems. I feel like sometimes society and the higher ups, it's crazy how they work their web. That's going to be a whole other video. This video's getting a little bit too long. But people work their webs, they conceive, they get caught up in their own lies, their own webs, and that ends up making other people think a different way. Hiding the truth. Not even the truth at this point, just what needs to be done. The true, and I keep saying true, but the true thing that needs to be done. Like, the same crap they kept doing all throughout history. They had the higher ups and the poor people. And the poor people then just contribute to the higher ups. And they thought they can, some of the civilizations thought they can just keep the poor people down. And the stupid thing, I'm just going to be one of the last things, probably 3 more minutes left of this. I know you're getting tired of me ranting and stuff. But thank you for listening if you guys do watch these videos, by the way. But the crazy thing about that is most of the population in most of these countries and stuff are not higher ups because everybody's not born into that. Most people are not born into that high caliber. Most people do not get a chance in their lives to get to that high caliber. Most of the people don't ever get to that point where at that high caliber. So the interesting thing about that is they think they can overpower people because they have money. But when it gets to a certain point when people start, hey, it gets around the grapevine, that's why the internet is so amazing, but at the same time horrible, because don't even get me started on the dark web. That's why the internet's so amazing, because it's so easy to flow their ideas. Well, back in the day, people didn't know as many things. They didn't know about this. They didn't know about that. They didn't have a way to know about this. They were pretty much ignorant because they didn't have any way else to. They didn't have books. They didn't have books. They didn't have technology. Well, sometimes some of them didn't have books. Some that had technology. They didn't have these things. So what they had was word to mouth. So, or mouth to word, talking to each other. We have the internet. We have the power of the internet. We can talk to each other through the internet. It's a very powerful thing. They can't take that away from us because the internet is way too big. Unless you just shut the grid down. But at that point, we can tell something's going on. And the funny thing about that is we overpower them in numbers. Like, I don't give a crap about the people working for you are lower class people in your case, like rich people and stuff like that. You got the freaking police force for you too. Look, I know police officers and stuff like that. They're not rich. Those people are lower class people to you. So it's come to a point where people realize I'm doing the wrong thing. I'm on the wrong side. I need to change this. And it's crazy because all these civilizations in the past have done the same thing of thinking we can just oppress these people and they don't even freaking know, and we'll just keep oppressing them. And but the thing about this is eventually, and the same thing happens in almost everyone I've seen. Not everyone, but a lot of the civilizations, ancient civilizations like Rome. I can't remember all of them, but a lot of the old ones, a lot of them, what they did wrong was they thought they can keep the people ignorant, and eventually they learned through some kind of way. And it's like, I can't remember the philosopher's name, but he literally, there's one dude, and not in Rome, but in an ancient civilization, he literally went onto the streets and started preaching about how gods were fake and crap like that. Those types of people will eventually appear, because people like me, people hate when I ask questions about things, but some things need to be questioned. Things need to be questioned, and some people like me, I like questioning things. I like asking why this does this and why this. That's why I love science so much, also. But that's the thing about it. You can't keep people ignorant. This doesn't make any sense. There's eventually going to come a time when people come out and say something about it. So they're not going to be ignorant forever. And that's the same thing, I swear to you, I see in every ancient civilization. It's very interesting how history repeats itself. It's funny how history and time repeats itself. Time never stops. So it's just overlapping and looping over, repeating itself. But at the same time, people say we study history to learn from the past and to make our future better. But if history repeats itself, it just does sometimes. Why is that? Is who's not doing their job? The poor people, the lower class people, or the higher up people? Or somebody doing their job so much that it's oppressing somebody else? I want you guys to think about that. I'll see you guys in the next video. My throat is... it's gone. It's gone. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that crazy stuff down below to become a mini Pichu today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. My mini Pichus.